This question comes from Stephen Adams and many other people. What if Hitler had not invaded the Soviet Union? Operation Barbarossa. Would Germany have consolidated its control over Western Europe and prolonged the war? Would Germany have consolidated its control over Western Europe and prolonged the war? If Hitler had not invaded the Soviet Union, Operation Barbarossa in 1941, the trajectory of World War II would have been significantly different. Here's an analysis of the potential outcomes. Would Germany have consolidated its control over Western Europe? Focus on Western Europe. Without a massive Eastern Front, Germany could have redirected resources, troops, and logistics to fortify its hold over Western Europe. Resistance movements in France, Norway, and other occupied territories would have faced harsher crackdowns, as the Germans could deploy more forces to suppress uprisings and Allied-supported sabotage. Germany might have reinforced its positions in the Atlantic Wall, making a successful Allied invasion like D-Day even more difficult. Economic exploitation. Germany could have continued exploiting the economies of occupied Europe, including France, the Low Countries, and the Balkans, using their resources to strengthen its military-industrial complex. Without the vast losses incurred on the Eastern Front, German economic and military resources would have been less strained, prolonging its ability to sustain the war effort. Would the war have been prolonged? No two-front war. By avoiding a war with the Soviet Union, Germany could have concentrated entirely on Britain and the Mediterranean theater, potentially forcing Britain into a defensive posture for years. The Luftwaffe might have intensified its bombing campaigns, while German U-boats could have escalated the Battle of the Atlantic to strangle British supply lines. Mediterranean strategy. Germany could have expanded its presence in North Africa and the Middle East, capturing critical oil fields and cutting off British control of the Suez Canal. This could have isolated British colonies in Asia and weakened their ability to resist Japanese expansion, strengthening the Axis alliance globally. Allied struggles. Without the Soviet Union engaging the bulk of German forces, the Allies would have faced a far more challenging war. The United States, even if it entered the war after Pearl Harbor, would have had to deal with a Germany far less drained by the Eastern Front. In conclusion, by avoiding Operation Barbarossa, Germany could have prolonged the war and strengthened its hold over Europe. However, global dominance would still have been unlikely due to the enduring resistance of Britain and the eventual entry of the United States. The war's outcome would likely have depended on whether Germany could sustain a prolonged conflict without overextending its resources or provoking the Soviet Union in the long term.